Hi guys, picture this. One girl goes into a flower shop to buy a bouquet for her mom and dad's anniversary. She takes out a phone to take a picture to send it to her brother for his opinion. But the florist gets angry and shouts, "Hey, you can't take pictures here. If you want to buy something, then buy. This place is not for taking pictures." Now the girl was taken aback, but being a meek and not so self-confident person, she just says like, "Please, I just want to take opinion of my brother." And in fact, she was quite proud of herself that she could assert herself, howsoever meekly. Better than nothing, at least that's what she thought. But the florist now even gets angrier and says, "If you want someone's opinion, then get that person down here, or otherwise don't buy anything and get out. You are not allowed to take pictures here." Now the girl was in shock. She lowered her head and goes away. And on the way back to her car, she has this ringing in her ears and something heavy in her heart. But she tells herself that, it's okay, some people are like this. But when she gets into the car, she feels like crying and her hands are shaking. But then she takes a deep breath and starts the car anyway. And even though she felt like crying, she just presses on the accelerator. What do you think happened? I don't know. There are many options of what could have happened. Maybe she had an accident. Maybe she just gets irritated and nervous, so she takes it out on someone else. Or she binges and pukes out her feelings. Or she closes herself further, etc., etc., etc. I don't know, and there are just so many options. But the one thing that I know is there's 1%, probably even lesser chance that something good can come out of these type of situations. Like if she decides she wants to become a great businesswoman and, I don't know, start her own florist empire, and then go to the florist and then tell him the right code of conduct to be in the flower business. I know I'm exaggerating, but still, let's be realistic. It's not a movie. Nothing like that is going to happen. The thing is, what about the florist? He or she gets away with it, and that is why they are probably going to be more likely to behave like this with someone else soon enough, and the whole cycle repeats itself. And it's not good for anyone, for the whole world in general. And remember that this florist can be anyone, can be any person who is threatening in your life. It can be your rich neighbor, boss, uncle, etc. Of course. Now what happens is, I'm sure many of you will say that, well, that's life, shit happens, shit people are all around, etc. And the girl in this story, she needs to grow up. And yet, I agree with you. Most probably, you aren't the ones to who this has happened, or you're not the ones who has self-confidence issues, or perhaps you don't realize, but in some situations, you cross the line and you are the florist. I'm not blaming you, unfortunately. I must confess that I have also crossed this line, But if I just put myself in this girl's position, if this would have happened to me, I would have pushed back, made sure that the florist would have either apologized or would have shouted, or I would have shouted back, so that that person would not have done this with anyone else, okay? And the last thing is, in case I decided to go out without saying anything, that would be because I chose not to, because I was mature, I was older, blah, blah, blah. The point is, that's because I was confident in that case of the florist. But maybe I wouldn't be in case of someone else in my life. And it's important to remember this. For all of us, this florist is different. Anyway, coming back to the story for a while, I'm not justifying this girl's reaction. No, there is no justification to hurt yourself or to take out your anxiety on others just because you couldn't deal with it yourself. But the point is that this type of florist situations where someone in your life crosses that line, probably in this girl's situation, this has happened so many times that it just breaks this person, and to this point that they just are not able to do anything. And why? Because in this society, unfortunately, there is no rule of engagement with these type of florists. It's all like up to us. And if you ask me what's the solution, tell me about this. What if the girl had shouted back? What if she could have raised her voice and called him out? What if there was a rule which sort of made her respond to this florist in a negative way? as soon as the line was crossed, as soon as the line was first crossed, I believe the girl would have felt a bit less bad, and the florist would have been less likely to do it again. And just by this, and this circle repeats itself, by this the whole society would have benefited. No? I know it sounds too big and, complicated. And who wants complicated? I know, but someone has to talk about these things. And as a teacher, I guess it's my responsibility. Anyway, I know I'm oversimplifying also here, but it's a short YouTube video, eh? But I'm just trying to underline one fact here, guys, that we all need to start speaking up a bit against these people who unnecessarily offend others. So if you are the girl in this situation, you need to say something back to the florist. You have to. If you aren't the girl in this situation, you are just a bystander, you need to stand up for her. And thirdly, lastly, more importantly probably, if you are the florist, you need to start realizing this now and do something about it. Okay? And just because the video says this, is in the title, just by this small fuck you, the society will be a better place, will be such a better place. Remember, we all can be in this girl's place. And even if we aren't, these florists are dangerous for the society because of that cycle. And the fact is that any one of us can be this florist. And any one of us around, they can be florists in our life. If we just start making these situations a bit better, we can create a larger change. But wait, I don't mean you have to hit them or something like that, okay? You just have to speak up against the bad, that's all. And of course, I have to say this message is not for the already aggressive ones, it's not a joke. Because you guys will end up burning the flower shop or something, okay? So no, we all need more flowers in our lives, and they are already so expensive. So the whole point is be strong. It is important. These small things can bring about a large change. And why shouldn't we bring the change? So let's bring this change. Best of luck.